Go ahead. Questions. My name is Herschel Daniels. I'm chairman of Friends of the African Union. What are your questions?
The first question I have is, we live in America, and due to uh, all the economic problems in the past, where people can start to believe that there is actually an economic solution coming.
Well, the president has the authority. What we're saying is that the president has the authority. He doesn't need Congress. What we have to do is to come together to make him make that move.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now he wrote back to me. I asked originally for this on the National Day of Service in 2013.
Yes, sir.
Then when I went to what I asked for was 1.25 trillion dollars. I asked for 300 billion dollars for 20 states. Then I asked for 1 million businesses to get $250,000 each, based on a program that I participated in that did $476 million already. And then I asked for each household get $100,000 invested for 1.25 trillion.
Yes.
Now I've got an account. I used to have money at one time, and so they keep an account on for me. I'm sort of old in this, so that at one time I was a competitor with Dell and CDW and et cetera. We were all young in this. Well,
Yes.
I'm no longer young in this, and
Yes,
we
sir.
didn't make that hump. But the bank knew that we had grew to $20 million, and that they think that I'm going to make it on this time. Okay, so they opened up an account. It's called a wealth management account. Okay, and so they're one of those too big to fail banks.
Yes, sir.
All right, and they're one of those banks that we identified that have this authority to issue this money. And so the way it works is it's very simple. The President of the United States tells his Treasury Secretary, who tells the Federal Reserve, who's the contracted employee to the United States, to issue debt, okay, so that we as FAU then will go to our partners on each of those states or each of those cities or each of those organs and say, all right, we're going to have an agreement with you to solve this problem here in your community as an infrastructure project. Okay, let's take Cincinnati, let's take sewers.
Yes.
So we're going to buy some sewers.
Yes, sir.
It's going to take $600 million for us to do the first phase of buying the sewers. It's going to take $3 billion to buy the sewers. It's going to take X. So now we figure out how much is it going to cost to do infrastructure in Ohio. So let's call it $10 billion. Then we're going to go to the businesses. So we get 1,000 businesses and say for each one of those businesses, we're going to have a joint venture. We as FAU will be 40% of the venture. You as whoever you are, you'll be 60%. So what you bring to the table is your expertise. And then I got 999 other people who bring their expertise through me with you and for the community. See, this is all done for the benefit of the community. It's where capitalists.
Right.
Don't mistake anybody this. This is capitalism, but it's a different type of capitalism. It's capitalism that's embedded into it with ISO 26000. That's an international standard, okay, organization. But it's not standards guidance. So what we create is a compact. We create an agreement that says that these 1,000 businesses, as they grow into this at $250,000 each, they'll hire people. Okay, so now when we talk about hiring people, we're talking about hiring people who don't have any prospects of being hired, who may be reentry, may be sick, maybe et cetera. But so we wrap around programs
Yes.
to help them, okay, advance and move forward.
Yes.
So that's what we asked the president for in 2013. He wrote me back. I thought it was, a form letter,
Yes, sir.
okay, except I'm one of those guys who's, 6 degrees of separation, so I'm 2 degrees separated from the president. One of my people looked at it, who's that second degree, looked at it and said, no, that's not a form letter. If you got that, that means he read your stuff.
Yes.
Okay, and when the agency that he told me to go in the federal government, they saw what I asked for, and they said, that's more than our whole budget, okay, for the next 40 years. Okay, what? Okay, so they froze. The SBA froze. The Minority Business Development Agency, they actually went into it, and they saw it, and they stopped returning my calls.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
all right. None of them are here anymore. Okay,
Yes,
there's
sir.
a new head of the SBA. There's a new head of the Minority Business Development
Yes,
Agency.
sir.
There's new arrangements that cover Cincinnati as our headquarters. And what we're about now is implementation. We're about bringing together those 1,000 partners.
Mhm.
We're about bringing together those 20,000 households in Cincinnati
Yes, sir.
as we can show what can be done.
Okay. I also have another question. We a lot of people are not informed of what does the African Friends of the African Union do, and what functions will they serve for the people?
We're an advocacy organization that has a Congress whose purpose is to organize our people into a representative body that will elect four representatives from the United States who by 2018 will have a vote in civil society in Africa, leading to a united Africa by no later than 2063. The United States of Africa, some people call it, or States United in Africa. What we did is we sort of jumped the gun. We said that we'll create a public-private partnership that's called the United States of Africa, and that'll be our vehicle. But we advocate economic development that begets social enlightenment in the African American community and the African diaspora and in Africa.
Yes, sir.
We're a broad based organization that addresses the wide range of issues of governance of our people as a non governmental organization. But we also advise the governments of Africa through them calling us. We didn't call them. They called us to come in consultation on their 50-year plan. It just so happened we had our own plan.
Yes, sir. Okay. Another one is, what are some of the type of jobs that will become available in the upcoming future throughout the year?
Over our 7 year period that I'm chairman, okay, I'm one term, 7 years, okay, through 2020. We have a reentry program. Okay, see, I personally don't buy into the new Jim Crow. Okay, because I usually ask people who's that. Okay, have you ever run a prison? Okay, no. Have you designed a prison? No. Are you a peace officer? No. Okay, well, we're all that. Okay,
Yes,
and
sir.
more importantly, we think we can run prisons as well or better than CCA. Okay, and so we're now in a partnership to create that and make a proposal to the government. If it costs you $35,000 to house a prisoner, we'll do it for 30.
Yes.
Okay, and then we're going to turn that around to bring that prisoner into job readiness. And that job may be in his business or her business because they may not be able to do a 9 to 5 job, or they may have skills that is best sold, okay, by a broker, okay, for professional skills, or they may have physical skills in terms of construction.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So our program on the outside, if you will, is a jobs creation program by economic development by building infrastructure. So if you put money into building a bridge, and then you target the businesses that build that bridge coming from the African American community, and then you bring that workforce from the African American community, and you have it built in a wraparound program, so you can take the parent who's coming out of jail and needs to reintegrate with society, as well as people like myself who come from Shaker Heights, graduate from college and have PhDs and head Microsoft and Xerox and
Yes.
et cetera, is to meld that all together in Congress that brings everybody together in this sixth region.
Yes, sir. Absolutely excellent. Also, on the public-private partnership, how does that benefit the individual investors, and what are his capabilities behind receiving $250,000 invested into his business?
Well, first, it's for those who are Americans. Okay, so let me be clear.
Yes, sir.
This is based on the Constitution of the United States, on the 10th Bill of Rights, that says that all powers that are not given unto the federal government or retained by the state shall be given to we the people. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so we the people, okay, the descendants of the 170,000 Africans who 150 years ago were fighting for the American dream called the Union Army, defeating the Confederacy, that we the people are investing in ourselves, okay, because this is our government,
Yes.
government of, by, and for the people. So these are, we're specifically dealing with people who have not been part of that process and that need an investment.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So does that answer your question?
Absolutely. Yes, sir. I have one more. I've been doing market research and development. My name's Carlton Brown. I'm the FA Chamber of Commerce field manager and also the FAU Cincinnati neighborhood manager. And the output on the community is hope for the future. And we would like to know, what is the message for the African diaspora who are hopeless right now and don't see it ever changing?
Unite. It's changed. Look, Barack Obama in 2010 said to the world in the Universal Periodic Review, when this country was formed, I couldn't even be a citizen, much let alone be a voter, much let alone being a president.
Yes, sir.
That's what he said. He
That's
said,
correct.
hey, we have a process of change. It may not be fast, but we change. We've changed, okay, in the past 50 years. We changed in the past 100 years. We changed in the past 150 years. I mean, our first war as a country with Africa was in 1801. Our first foreign war was with Morocco. Okay, they're the longest running, okay, ally we've had, okay, in the world.
Wow.
We don't know who we are as Africans in America.
Yes.
Or black people in America.
Yes.
We're 43 million, according to the census, we're 43 million of us earning $1 trillion, and our businesses earned 135 billion. We the big bad black people in the world.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we the richest black people in the world as a group.
Yes, sir.
All right, 300 million of us in the diaspora, 1.1 billion of us in the continent, and we the richest of us. Okay,
yes, sir.
And they turned to us in October 8th through the 10th, 2013, and they chose Friends of the African Union to be one of the groups that they asked to comment on their 50-year plan. It just so happens we had a 50-year plan,
yes,
and now we submitted, based as Americans, that they're going to do a review at the United Nations. And we didn't submit complaints. We said, here's a solution to reparations, yes, based on the Organization of American States law,
yes,
based on the law. Here's an economic development program based on doing $476 million worth of loans already. Here's, so it's based on the law, facts, and one man makes the difference. Barack Obama. If he says, I want to do this, he's already used probably somewhere in the neighborhood of $4 trillion of this $16 trillion worth of authority. And we're asking him to put $5 trillion of that into Main Street, not just Wall Street.
Well, it sounds like I'm going to be calling and leaving a message saying, hey, sir, please support this, because, I walk the community on a daily basis, and I see a lot of hopelessness out there, that people that think that economically they will never have an opportunity. But by getting introduced to the information through Friends of the African Union, the website, FAUchamber.net, FAU Cincinnati, Friends of the African Union, and I am very hopeful now.
Well, the people can be involved right now. They can go, if they do Twitter, they can go hashtag UNUPR, that stands for United Nations Universal Periodic Review. What we're doing on Martin Luther King is, when we say pass it on, okay, we mean just that, pass on success.
Yes, sir. I'll pause it. Okay, yes, sir, Mr. Daniels. I would like to ask you a question on how would say in the next 5 years do economically you see it affecting the state of Ohio, surrounding states, and the African diaspora?
The United States has a historic opportunity. President Obama has another 2 years of presidency. As he said, in the fourth quarter, there are dramatic changes. He's going to buy over $1 trillion worth of goods, okay, during those 2 years. He is the president of the United States. He signed off on the African Union. It's up to us to organize. It's
Yes,
up to us.
Yes, sir.
It's not up to him. Okay, Africa set out the ground rules. We're on the playing field. Okay, Africa is uniting. Okay, where are we at? Where are we taking ours? And again, here in Ohio, Ohio was the first state to ever have a trade office in Africa. That was Ohio.
Wow.
Okay, we about to go back. We're about to do this once again. Don't forget, people, that the Republican Party was started by men such as Frederick Douglass and Delaney. Okay, and that everything is possible in Cincinnati because since 1925, this is the only city in America that's had three political parties. Okay, Democrat, Republican, Charter. Okay, good government,
Yes.
good governance, public-private partnerships of the law, the land, in the state of Ohio. Come join us. If you got any questions, come join us on Monday as we march for Martin Luther King's dream of economic justice. Okay.
Yes.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate
All right. Hey, this is Carlton Brown reporting for FAU Fame. I just like to let you know that, we can find 1,000 reasons why we can't do something. But I know one reason about an economic solution for our future generations and our children. Not only will this affect the African people, it will affect every cranny of society, all nationalities.
it. Basically, African Americans are 55 million people of 310 million people in the United States. That's a significant portion. We can seal the relationship on a win-win basis. Then it helps America. It helps America. It helps all Americans.
That's right.
Thank you for your time. Friends of the African Union, FAU Chamber.net on the web.